Your production, what is do you count that on like a 6-month basis? What volume you're producing on an annual basis? Can you tell me?
Well, you see, that's a bit tricky because remember our cornerstone, our function, our objective as an organization is research. We're not really into production, right?
Okay.
So if you're looking at one of those tanks there, we can do maybe 2,500 fish per tank, but we can't because at the end of the day, that's 25 by 5, that's about 7,500 fish that we're putting out into the market every 6 months, right? That has been seen negatively. So what we do, we stick to our research, right? So we don't really overstock our tanks or even stock them at maximum capacity. Right now we have about 1,200 per tank, and they're set to, we stock them in February, so they're looking to come out by what? August? By about August. So we're looking to sell it. So
because you're government run, you're not trying to compete with other fish farmers.
We can't,
so
because
we've minimized your production.
We've been in negative light already for undercutting farmers when it came to our grow facilities as well as our hatchery facilities. Because before we used to offer fingerlings to everyone who asked, right? No, because hatchery farmers sell it for maybe $2, we sell it for 99 cents. So you see, right? But again, our aim is to push the industry forward as opposed to make money. But their aim is to make money. US for breeding pair. What is a breeding pair? It's really one super male, which is YY. You know, a normal male is XY, right? So if you cross a normal male with a normal female, you get 50% female and 50% male. But females aren't really desired in your grow production. Why? Because you have a lot of unregulated reproduction of tilapia. Why? Because females reproduce at about maybe 3 to 4 months, which is about yay big, right? And a reproducing female doesn't really grow anymore. But the objective in growth is to get to the 1 pounder, right? But your fish is not going to eat anymore if it's reproducing. It's just going to pump more and more energy into its eggs. Yeah?
You were talking earlier about your production aspects, and you're raising fingerlings to market size, and then if you have excess fingerlings, then you're going to sell those to local farmers for them to raise up to market size. And it was about 1 pound is your
6
goal
months,
for market. Yes, and where do you guys sell? Are you selling to big restaurants or to local farmers?
Actually, you're talking about our 1 pounders?
Yes.
What would happen is that we would sell to internal staff fish, right? So let's say at any point in time, because right now we have about maybe 2,000 pounds to sell, we would sell internally first. After that, depending on how much it is, we advertise in the local papers, so the Guardian, the Newsday, the Express, and normally we would take, we would set a minimum of 100 pounds to buy, yes, right? I can't really tell you exactly the names of the persons that buy, but they normally come in the form of local restaurants.
Local restaurants, okay.
What is happening now is that people are realizing that the profit margin for tilapia production is really, really tiny in Trinidad. Really, really tiny, because we have to compete with like Guyana, we have to compete with Asian countries, right? And we don't have the economies of scale that these other countries do, right? So we're trying to forge forward with species that Trinidad actually has a market for, like a real market for, like shrimp, right? $40 a pound easy, right? And we're also probably going to look at other species like red snapper, lane snapper, groupers, right? But we're going to start off with shrimp because Trinidad actually has the market for it here. We're importing, most of that system inside is imported, right? We're going to have to pay transport costs to get it into the country. Feed it. Yes, right now we have GSS being brought in by a local distributor, which is SIDC. But before, Ziegler had to be imported from South America, right? So slowly but surely you're seeing the pieces coming together. But at any day, where's your market? You're gonna increase your fingerling production, you're going to have your feed readily available, but where's the market? You know, are you creating the market? Because right now we're getting lashed left and right from, we have Guyana in South America producing at economies of scale we could never even dream of in Trinidad, just because we don't have the land, we don't have the water resources, we don't have the cheap labor. right? The Asian countries, same problem, right? We can import from them much cheaper than a local farmer could produce. The fry would swim up to the sides, around the edges, right? More or less to hide in the paraphytes and then the shrubs that come up at the side, right? What we would do, we would take our fine mesh systems, well, nets, and take them out and carry them inside, where we start feeding them brine shrimp, which is a little on the expensive side because we have to ship it in. But it's because we're changing our system from a green water to a clear water system, because our growth inside there, which I'll show you eventually, is a clear water wrasse. So from early, we're moving them from the green water system into a clear water area. One is where you see right outside the shed there. That is used as our wastewater area for the wrasse, right? Because even though you recirculate water, you still replace about between 5 and 10% per day. All right. Based on our EM Act, we're only able to release a certain amount into our outside facilities at any point in time. So that's more or less a catchment area before we release the water. Well, we have an extension services program called the Jumpstart program. That what we do, we get a list of registered aquaculture farmers from the Ministry of Food Production, which is the Fisheries Division on Cipriani Boulevard, right? So we get that list and then we call and see how many people would actually want to take part in a program of this nature, where we would offer things like technical services, fingerlings at discounted costs, opportunities to network within the industry, like could connect you with feed suppliers or fingerling suppliers or even aquatic ecosystems to bring in equipment. So that kind of stuff we offer underneath the program, right? So we identify those that are willing to take part. We go to see the farm and then we advise on like basic management strategy, water quality maintenance, if you're doing hatchery farming, broodstock maintenance, that kind of stuff. What is my view on extension services? We need more. Because right now you're looking at the research officer, the extension services officer, the person to come in to oversee this. The thing is, when it comes to professional people in the aquaculture industry, they're very, very few, because you can't study aquaculture here at the master's level, not even at the undergrad level. So I went away to Sterling and then Thailand or whatever to come back here. So it's really, really, you need more people to get work done right now, because right now there's only so much one person or two persons can do, right? IMA is not the only facility that offers extension services, though. We have Fisheries Division on Cipriani Boulevard, but they don't have systems. They just have an office that you go into to talk to people, right? But if the farmers actually want to see a site, they have to come to us. There's also SFC that offers extension services, but again, they don't offer the more higher technical, well, the higher technological stuff like what we have inside there. You would more see the ponds, you'd more see the tanks by them.